Our senses are our windows to the world. Sight, sound, touch, taste, smell. But what if I told you that what we perceive as reality is not always what it seems? This is the fascinating world of perception-deception. By understanding these illusions, we gain a deeper understanding of the brain itself and the fragile nature of our own perceived reality. Imagine a world where colors shift before your eyes, where objects appear and disappear. Take, for instance, the phenomenon of color constancy. A banana appears yellow whether bathed in the warm glow of sunset or the cool light of a fluorescent bulb. Yet the wavelengths of light reflecting off its surface are constantly changing. Our brain compensates for these variations. The now famous dress debate, where people argued over the color of a simple garment, showcased this power of context and individual variation in perception. These differences highlight the subjective nature of perception, a reality where our own unique experiences, biases, and even genetics shape the way we interpret the world. Join us now as we embark on a journey into the depths of the human mind. We'll explore the fascinating world of perception-deception, unraveling the mysteries of how our brains construct our realities. Prepare to question everything you thought you knew about the world around you as we venture into the hidden illusions of your mind. Imagine your brain as a grand concert hall, a symphony orchestra poised to play. Each of your senses, sight, sound, touch, taste, smell, represents a different section of instruments. The brain dynamically conducts this sensory symphony, constantly adjusting, interpreting, and creating a harmonious experience. Every sensory input arrives at the brain as a barrage of electrical and chemical signals, like musical notes. By understanding the mechanics of this symphony, we begin to appreciate the fragility of our perceived reality. Of all our senses, sight reigns supreme, providing us with a rich and detailed understanding of our surroundings. Our eyes capture light reflected off objects, translating it into electrical impulses that travel to the visual cortex. The visual cortex decodes the incoming visual data, with specialized areas for color, motion, and faces. However, the brain often relies on shortcuts, making assumptions based on past experiences and expectations. These assumptions can lead to visual illusions, where our perception deviates from objective reality. While sight may dominate our sensory experience, sound plays an equally crucial role. Sound waves, vibrations in the air, are funneled into the ear canal, causing the eardrum to vibrate. The auditory cortex decodes these signals, with different regions responsible for processing pitch, loudness, and location. While sight and sound may dominate our sensory world, our other senses, touch, taste, and smell, play equally vital roles. These senses provide us with a rich tapestry of information about the world, from the texture of a surface to the aroma of freshly baked bread. However, like our other senses, these too can be deceived, revealing the brain's remarkable ability to construct and manipulate our sensory experiences. Remember the dress? The seemingly simple garment that ignited a global debate. Was it blue and black or white and gold? The image of the dress exposed a fundamental truth about how our brains interpret visual information. The viral nature of the debate highlighted the subjective nature of perception, demonstrating how individual differences in brain wiring and experience can lead to vastly different interpretations. It served as a potent reminder that our perception of reality is an active construction, shaped by our brain's constant interpretation of sensory information. While visual illusions might be more common, our auditory system is equally susceptible to deception. Audio illusions, like the shepherd tone, create the impression of a continuously ascending or descending tone. Another fascinating auditory illusion is the McGurk effect, where a person's lip movements can alter the perceived sound of the spoken syllable. These illusions demonstrate how our brains prioritize visual information over auditory cues when interpreting speech sounds. They remind us that perception is not a passive process but an active construction, constantly shaped by our brain's interpretations and expectations. Imagine feeling a limb that is no longer there. This is the reality for many amputees who experience phantom limb syndrome. Phantom sensations provide valuable insights into the brain's remarkable capacity for plasticity and adaptation. When a limb is amputated, the corresponding area in the brain's sensory cortex can become hypersensitive to signals from neighboring areas. The study of phantom sensations offers a unique window into the brain's ability to create its own internal reality, even in the absence of external sensory input. For most individuals, sensory experiences remain distinct. However, for a small percentage of the population, the boundaries between senses blur, creating synesthesia. Synesthetes experience a blending of the senses, where stimulation of one sense triggers a perception in another. These cross-sensory experiences are consistent and specific for each individual. Synesthesia challenges our traditional understanding of the senses as separate and distinct, revealing the extraordinary plasticity of the human brain. Imagine touching a hot stove. Instinctively, you recoil, your hand withdrawing from the source of pain. This seemingly simple act belies a complex cascade of events within the intricate circuitry of our nervous system. Specialized sensory receptors transform the language of the physical world into the language of the nervous system, electrical impulses. These impulses race along specialized nerve fibers, carrying the news of potential harm towards the brain. This intricate interplay of signals ensures that the brain receives a nuanced report, not just a binary on-off message of pain. Section 2, Pain's Subjective Stage, the Role of Perception. Pain is an experience crafted within the theater of the brain. It's shaped by sensory data and psychological, emotional, and contextual factors. What one finds excruciating, another might find uncomfortable. The brain constructs the pain experience. This process involves a network of brain regions. The somatosensory cortex helps localize pain. Emotional centers like the amygdala color pain with fear or anxiety. Positive emotions can dampen pain signals. Understanding pain requires exploring the body-mind interplay. Section 3. Context is key. How environment shapes pain. Imagine a soldier, wounded in battle, yet seemingly oblivious to the pain of his injuries. Or an athlete, pushing through the agony of a sprained ankle to finish the race. These examples, while extraordinary, highlight a crucial aspect of pain perception: context matters. The brain, ever attuned to its surroundings, interprets pain signals through the lens of its environment, expectations, and past experiences. In situations of high stress, danger, or intense focus, the brain can effectively down-regulate pain perception, allowing individuals to endure injuries that would otherwise be debilitating. This phenomenon, often attributed to the release of endorphins, the body's natural painkillers, demonstrates the brain's remarkable ability to prioritize survival over immediate discomfort. Conversely, pain can be amplified in situations of heightened anxiety, fear, or anticipation. The mere expectation of pain can, in some cases, be enough to trigger a pain response, even in the absence of a physical stimulus. This phenomenon, known as anticipatory pain, highlights the powerful influence of our thoughts and beliefs on our experience of pain. Understanding the role of context in pain perception is crucial for developing effective pain management strategies. Creating a calming and supportive environment, reducing anxiety, and fostering a sense of control can significantly influence an individual's experience of pain, often more effectively than addressing the physical sensation alone. Section 4. The placebo effect, the power of expectation. The placebo effect illustrates the power of the mind over pain. This phenomenon shows the impact of our beliefs on physical experiences. A sugar pill, believed to be a painkiller, can genuinely reduce pain. The brain, body, and beliefs interplay intricately. Expecting treatment to work triggers physiological responses. Expectation releases endorphins, mimicking real treatment effects. The placebo effect has a biological basis, showing mind-body influence. It highlights the importance of considering beliefs in pain management. Section 5. Beyond the physical pain and the human experience. Pain, while often viewed through a purely biomedical lens, is ultimately a deeply personal and subjective experience, woven into the fabric of our lives. It's a universal human experience, yet one that is uniquely felt and interpreted by each individual. Understanding pain, therefore, requires acknowledging its broader meaning and significance in the context of the human experience. Pain can serve as a warning signal, alerting us to injury or illness, prompting us to seek care and protect ourselves from further harm. It can also be a catalyst for growth, forcing us to confront our vulnerabilities, reevaluate our priorities, and develop resilience in the face of adversity. The experience of chronic pain in particular can profoundly impact an individual's sense of self, their relationships, and their overall quality of life. It can lead to isolation, depression, and a loss of independence, highlighting the need for a compassionate and holistic approach to pain management that addresses not just the physical symptoms, but also the emotional, social, and spiritual dimensions of suffering. By recognizing pain as more than just a physical sensation, by acknowledging its subjective nature and its profound impact on the human experience, we can begin to develop more effective and compassionate approaches to pain management, approaches that honor the individual's unique experience of pain and support their journey towards healing and well-being. Imagine your consciousness as a grand theater, a stage illuminated by the spotlight of awareness. This is where the world unfolds, where the symphony of your senses is orchestrated into a coherent narrative, your personal experience of reality. But who or what is the audience in this theater of the mind, and what is the nature of the play being performed? Consciousness, that elusive yet undeniable aspect of our being, remains one of the greatest enigmas in science and philosophy. It's the feeling of what it's like to be you, to experience the world through the prism of your own unique perspective. It's the awareness of your thoughts, emotions, sensations, and the seamless integration of these experiences into a unified sense of self. Perception, in this context, plays a starring role. It provides the raw material, the sensory data that feeds the conscious mind. But consciousness is more than just the sum of our perceptions. It's the process of organizing, interpreting, and assigning meaning to these sensory inputs, creating a coherent narrative that we experience as our subjective reality. However, the theater of consciousness is not always brightly lit. Vast regions remain shrouded in darkness, hinting at the unconscious processes that shape our awareness without our direct knowledge. To truly understand consciousness, we must explore both the illuminated stage and the shadowy wings, delving into the interplay of perception, attention, and the hidden machinery of the mind. While consciousness occupies center stage, the wings of our mental theater are teeming with activity. This is the realm of the unconscious, a vast reservoir of thoughts, memories, emotions, and motivations operating below the level of our awareness. Far from being inert, the unconscious exerts a powerful influence on our conscious experiences, shaping our perceptions, influencing our decisions, and ultimately contributing to the construction of our reality. Consider the phenomenon of blind sight. Individuals with damage to specific areas of the visual cortex can lose conscious awareness of certain parts of their visual field. Yet, when presented with stimuli in their blind area, they can often respond to them, accurately guessing the location or movement of objects they claim not to see. This suggests that visual information is still being processed, at least to some extent, outside of conscious awareness. Our unconscious minds are constantly at work, processing vast amounts of sensory data, filtering information, and priming our responses to the world. This unconscious filtering helps us navigate a world overflowing with stimuli, directing our attention to what is most relevant while relegating the rest to the shadows. However, this unconscious influence is not always benign. Implicit biases, deeply ingrained beliefs, and attitudes we hold outside of conscious awareness can influence our perceptions and judgments, leading to discriminatory behavior even when we believe ourselves to be objective. Understanding the role of the unconscious is thus crucial for developing a more complete picture of how our minds construct our realities. Our everyday waking consciousness is but one point on a vast spectrum of conscious experiences. Altered states, from dream-filled sleep to meditation or psychedelics, reveal our mind's flexibility. During sleep, our conscious minds relinquish control, allowing dreams to unfold. Meditation focuses awareness, while psychedelics alter brain chemistry, leading to profound changes. Exploring these states challenges our reality and offers insights into consciousness. The hard problem: unraveling the mystery of subjective experience. Despite progress in understanding neural correlates of consciousness, a fundamental mystery remains. How do physical processes in the brain give rise to the subjective experience of being conscious? We can map brain networks and identify cognitive functions, but how do these processes translate into subjective experience? How do neurons generate joy, taste, or pain? This question has baffled philosophers and scientists for centuries. Some theories propose consciousness as an emergent property of complex systems. Others suggest it might be a fundamental property of the universe. The hard problem of consciousness remains one of the most profound questions in science. Section 5. The Future of Consciousness. At the Frontiers of Understanding. The study of consciousness is a journey into the uncharted territory of the human mind. Advances in neuroimaging techniques are allowing researchers to study the brain with unprecedented detail. Artificial intelligence is playing an increasingly important role in consciousness research. As our understanding deepens, it raises profound ethical and philosophical questions. The journey into the mysteries of consciousness has just begun. The answers we find will shape the future of humanity. Section 1. Illusions Unveiled, a New Perspective. We've journeyed deep into the labyrinth of the human mind, exploring the fascinating and often perplexing world of perception and deception. We've seen how our brains, for all their remarkable capabilities, are not infallible instruments, prone to illusions, biases, and the subtle influences of the unconscious. The world, as we perceive it, is not a perfect reflection of objective reality, but rather a carefully constructed model, shaped by the intricate workings of our senses, our brains, and our individual experiences. The colors we see, the sounds we hear, even the pain we feel, are ultimately interpretations, products of the brain's constant endeavor to make sense of the sensory symphony bombarding it. But these illusions, far from diminishing us, reveal the extraordinary power and adaptability of the human mind. They highlight the brain's remarkable ability to construct a coherent and meaningful reality, even when faced with incomplete or ambiguous information. Section 2. The Unseen Forces Shaping Our Realities. From the viral dress debate, where millions argued over the color of a garment, to the phantom sensations felt by amputees, we've witnessed the subjective nature of perception. We've seen how context, expectation, and even our emotional states can profoundly influence how we experience the world. The unconscious, that vast reservoir of thoughts, memories, and motivations operating below the level of our awareness, exerts a powerful influence on our conscious experiences, shaping our perceptions, influencing our decisions, and ultimately contributing to the construction of our realities. Understanding these hidden forces, the interplay between the conscious and the unconscious, is crucial for developing a more complete understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Section 3. Journey's End, Exploration Begins. As we conclude our exploration of the hidden illusions of the mind, let us remember that this journey is far from over. Every new discovery about perception, consciousness, and the brain opens up new avenues of inquiry, deepening our appreciation for the complexities of the human experience. So, I invite you to continue exploring, question your assumptions, challenge your perceptions, and delve deeper into the mysteries of the mind. For in unraveling the illusions that shape our realities, we gain a greater understanding of ourselves, our place in the cosmos, and the very nature of consciousness itself. If you've enjoyed this journey into the mind, Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more explorations into the wonders of science and the universe. And don't forget to share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. I'm always eager to hear from fellow travelers on this path of discovery.